Okay, everybody, I'm back here with part 2 of my iOS 5 review. The last time I left off, I just reviewed the photo editing features in the Photos app. So now the next feature is new features in Safari. So let's go ahead and launch Safari. Okay, let's let the page load up again. Okay, as you can see right there, a little thing that says reader, and what this is when you tap on it, it brings up and completely removes all of the distractions and like ads and distracting stuff that that are in your thing that you want to read. So that's really nice. As you can see, it took away all that and all the ads down here and everything. So next is right here in that you can add to reading list, and what reading list is basically a single place where you have all of your articles that you want to read later. So say I want to add this to reading list, and then when you want to read it, you go into bookmarks and go to the very top. It says reading list. Whoops. And then you see your article is right here, and then when you go to all, the rest of your articles here. This is the section for unread, and this is, well, that you get the point. The other section was for your already read articles. Now, the next feature in Safari is, actually, that's it. The next feature would have been tab browsing, but that's only for iPad 1 and 2, so I can't show you that just now. That'll be in a separate video. So moving on. Next is PC free. What this is essentially is you can sync and update your iPhone, iPod Touch, or iPad without ever needing, or without being connected to a computer. So go into General here, and as you can see, we have a new section here that says Software Update. And this, you completely don't need a computer at all. This will happen, and you can update anywhere you are. You have a Wi-Fi connection, and it's up to date right now. And then the other part of it is iTunes Wi-Fi sync. And I'm not going to click into that because my personal name and information is actually in there at the moment. So you guys will have to check that actually out on your own. But I can tell you about it, that when you hit this, it'll bring up a little thing that says sync now when your computer is available. And it will only sync when you are connected to a power source. So be aware of that. You cannot sync on the internal battery of the device itself. And next feature, let me click out, is new, kind of an enhanced mail. So when you go into mail, that's my personal email there. Let me go to my public email. Okay. Now, what you can do is when you type a message, okay, there we go, say to a random person here, and then when you go to start composing the message, say, hey, what's up? What you can do is double tap a word, it'll highlight it, and you can have it manually suggest a new word. Or actually, that's not part of mail, sorry, that's actually that goes throughout the entire OS. Okay, slide over with the arrow, and now the new thing is you can use rich text formatting. It's hard to do this through the camera. Okay, now you can bold, italicize, and underline this one word, so I'm going to do all three. And as you can see, it's bolded, italicized, and underlined. So that's good if you're wanting to make your email much more professional and interesting. Now, the other thing I was going to show you is, this isn't essentially part of mail, but it's another feature. And it is, like I said, you can manually suggest another word to replace the current word. and hitting the arrow again, going to this way, you can indent the word. This is for male only as well. So when you hit this, increase, it'll indent the sentence up just a bit. Double tapping again, arrow, and let's do this, arrow again. And you can, now the other thing with the complete OS is you can define any word in Safari, Notes, Mail, anything where you can select a word. So it's defining what up means, toward the sky or higher position. I would be scared if nobody knew what up meant, actually. Okay, but now let's go ahead and cancel, delete the draft. Let's go ahead and click out. Okay, next feature is an enhanced calendar. So when you go into calendar, actually the whole way calendar works has been completely upgraded. So you can actually have a landscape calendar now. It's kind of buggy. Let's let it wait. Okay, there we go. Landscape calendar on the iPhone and iPod Touch, so you can get a better, kind of bigger view of your events. Let's go back. Now, as you can see, there's a little arrow here pointing into kind of like a box. So when you hit that, you can receive invitations to like a party or an invite, kind of like you're sending an invitation. So if you have an invitation from somebody else that's giving you an invitation or an invite, you can access it from here and say, yep, I'll be there at whatever time. So now when you add an event, this is where it kind of becomes pretty cool. You have your normal title, location, and your time, repeat, but right here, this is where it comes into play. You can actually put someone down to invite to your event, like I said before, and it'll send them an email. Essentially, you're putting their email in here, and it'll send them an email saying, hey, do you want to attend this event? And they'll apply yes, no, or maybe. And the availability, you can have it as busy, or open, or free, or whatever. And you can switch calendars, calendar, a home, or this is a work calendar. You can do an alert. What's new is you have much more times to alert it by. And what I mean by that is now you can alert it on the time of the event or a day or two before, which is nice. And then last but not least is you can add a URL to, like, if this is a business related thing, you can put the URL to your work site or whatever. Alright. And over here you have an iCloud section, which is the calendar, home, and work, and you have birthdays. Done. Okay, I'm running out of time once again, but let's see if I can fit in the last few features, or the last couple of features here. Next is upgraded Game Center, and let it load. Let's let it load. It's taking a while. For some reason, it's kind of being laggy. Okay, now what's upgraded here is the whole interface is different. The games and friends is the same, but now you have how much points you have, so you can be compared to your friends. And you can also have a profile picture, which is very nice. And what's also, you can go in your game section and buy and download a game without ever leaving Game Center. And you can go compare yourself to your friends and whatnot. So let's see if I can fit in the last feature here for this version, or iOS on the iPod Touch. And that is AirPlay mirroring. I cannot show you this. Essentially, I'm just going to go over here to my computer and show you. What this does is you can mirror what's on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch to your TV using your Apple TV. So that's pretty cool, so you don't have to use the HDMI cable. So I'm running out of time. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Stay tuned for my more iOS 5 videos focusing on certain things. So subscribe, rate, comment, thumbs up the vid. Peace out until next time.